Hello, my beautiful friends, and welcome back to my channel or welcome to my podcast. Wherever you're watching or listening to this, thank you so much for being here. I'm so grateful for you. I know I say before every single episode that I'm really excited for this episode, but I'm really excited for this episode because we're talking about manifestation, we're talking about affirmations, we're talking about vibrating at a high frequency, putting out good energy, positive vibes, all of the goodness, everything that you have control over in order to better your life. I used to be super into manifestation maybe like 4 years ago. I've talked about this before. I was doing the Nikola Tesla method like clockwork. It's the 369 method. So you're right. I am so happy and grateful now that blah, 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 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, 9 times at night. And it's a lot of writing, but it gets so ingrained into your head, this thing that you want. And I've been doing it again. I haven't been as consistent as I was. And with manifestation, consistency is key, and fully believing in yourself is key too. Mine right now is about money. I've always had an energetic block on money. I have a really hard time asking for money, providing value for money. I like to just provide value just for freezies, but I know that it should be an energy exchange. Money is energy. It should be a trade. Like, I'm providing this for you, you give this to me. And that's always been a big block of mine. And right now that is my priority, to remove that block on money. So that's what I'm manifesting right now. That's what I'm doing for affirmations right now. But let's talk about manifesting and what it actually is. Anthony and I were in the car the other day listening to Lewis Howes' podcast, School of Greatness. Love that podcast. And he had Rhonda Byrne on. Rhonda Byrne is the writer of the book, The Secret. And The Secret is all about manifestation, all about getting your mind right and changing your thoughts so that your reality changes. And he stopped the episode halfway through and he was like, this is bullshit. This doesn't work. There's no way that you can just say things and then things come to you. And I can see that perspective for sure. Like I when he said that, I was like, I absolutely understand. First of all, she hasn't explained anything to you. She's amazing at explaining it. Second of all, I would be more than happy to explain it to you because I like to kind of remind myself of how powerful our thoughts are. And a lot of these manifestation books or whatever do have kind of misleading titles, like Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. Do you just have to think and then you're going to be rich? And that's kind of what he was saying. He was saying like, it's kind of misleading. It kind of makes you think that all you have to do is write down these things and then you just sit there and it's going to come to you. And most of them kind of explain that you do have to make actionable steps towards your goal, and it does take work, but getting into that headspace just puts you a step above where you were. So that's the goal of manifestation. The goal of manifestation is to get you out of that headspace of thinking, I don't deserve this, I can't do this, all the negative headspace, all of that, all of the like, I'm not worthy, everything that is negative, you are putting that energy out there. Whether you believe in God, the universe, whatever, there is some higher source. There is something out there, and you're putting that out there. And when you put that out there, don't you notice that in your life, that's what you get back? Like when I get my purse hooked onto a door handle, I get pissed off, I'm negative, and then something else bad happens. Always when that happens, you know that happens. You get your purse hooked onto a door handle, you get stuck on something, you can't get the key in the door, like something trivial and minimal happens and it pisses you off and puts you in a bad headspace, and then it's just like a roller coaster. Like you're just going straight down from there and you cannot get out of that headspace unless you can get your purse hooked on the door and you can laugh about it and be like, whatever. That's your that's your mindset. You need to be able to get yourself out of that negative, shitty mindset immediately. And I'm still working on this. Last night, I was not in a good headspace because yesterday I put a monetary value onto my value and it didn't go the way that I wanted it to. And it really put me in a bad spot because I was like, fuck, this is my first time doing this. And it's just proving that, of course, I'm not worthy. And then there was that negative cycle of thoughts going through my head. And I was stuck in this negative headspace because I was like, well, I did this one time. So, obviously it's not meant for me. No, wrong. When you're in that headspace, it makes you think, oh, I should just stop. Like, why would I keep going? Why would I keep going if clearly I don't deserve it? You can talk yourself into so much crap. Our mind is the most powerful machine on the planet. And if we can gain control over it and we can utilize it for all of its potential, we are unstoppable. So manifestation is not just for you to sit there and think about things, not for you to just sit there and write things. You have to do things. You can write things all you want. You can say affirmations all you want. But if you're not making those steps towards what you want, it's not going to get you anywhere. And I think that that's what people miss about manifestation is they think that if they do these 3 things, it's going to come to you no matter what. Whether you work for it, work super hard, just do a couple things, it's just going to come. And that would be cool, but it's definitely not going to do that. Manifestation is meant to change your perception of your reality. You can full on lie to yourself. You can full on say, I'm a millionaire. It feels so good to be a millionaire. I love being a millionaire. You can say that. And your brain eventually is going to be like, yeah, let's get into this headspace. Let's work to get to this place because it feels so good to be in that place. It doesn't know the difference. It doesn't know the difference. You can say anything you want. Everything I desire is already mine. I'm creating my dream life. My dream life is already here. Everything good is coming to me. Whatever you want to say, the universe, source, God, whoever, whatever is going to match that energy. If you put good out, you're going to get good back. In that podcast I was talking about, they talk about service, like servers, bartenders. If you are a good bartender, if you're a good server, and you are smiling at the customer and you're happy, chances are you are going to get a good tip. Now that customer might suck and you might not get a good tip, but you put good out, you're going to get good back. If you are the angriest bartender, if you're a shitty server, if you don't care about the table whatsoever, you're probably not going to get a good tip. There's a better chance of you not getting a good tip if you're a shitty server, a shitty bartender, than if you're a good server or a good bartender. So that law applies to your thoughts as well. If you're going to put these good thoughts out, chances are you're going to get good things back. If you put these negative thoughts out, chances are you're going to get bad things back. You know those people who are always complaining about things, just in a constant state of this is going wrong, this is going wrong, this is going wrong. Doesn't it seem like their life just spirals out of control? They're miserable all the time. There's not one positive thought. There's not 1 ounce of gratitude in their head. They're just miserable all the time. You don't want to be around them. You can feel that energy. If somebody has negative energy, you can feel it, and you don't want to be around them. So don't you think that other people, other things can feel that negative energy? You can feel like a force field of misery almost around them. Like it feels shitty, and you don't want to be around them. People don't want to give them the things that they want because they just are not like an enjoyable person to be around. If you're just complaining, chances are your life is just going to get worse and worse because the only thing that you can focus on is this negative crap. And that's what's going to be drawn to you. That's what you're going to keep getting. That's where your head's at. That's what you're thinking about all the time and thinking about, oh, my life is so shitty. My life is so terrible. Of course you're going to get terrible things to you. So wouldn't it work on the other side? Oh, my life is incredible. I'm so grateful for every single thing I have in my life. I have enough. I am enough. I do enough. Don't you think that you're going to get every single thing that you want? Yes, you have to work towards it, of course. But doesn't it make sense that changing your mindset, your vibe, your energy into positivity would get you so much further than staying in that low vibrational space? So the point of manifestation, the point of affirmations, the point of being in this high vibrational space is not just to magically change your life. It can be magic, of course. It can be the most incredible thing that you've ever partaken in, but it can also take some work. And it takes a lot of work to break out of those negative headspaces, especially if your entire life, your default place was a negative headspace. You had something good happen, but then you say, oh, that must have just been a one-off. And there's no way that I deserve to have something good happen like that all the time. Like if that was your default, that's been my default. I've had something good happen. Like I subbed a class a couple weeks ago, and immediately after I'm like, oh, that was probably the only time I'm going to do that. Why? Why? Why would we say that to ourselves? Our value of ourselves is so low that that's our default place. To be in this place of, I don't believe in myself. I don't think I'm worth this. And that's been my issue. My issue, to be fully transparent with you, my issue has been I don't think that I'm worth this money. And it's not that I don't think I bring value, because I know that I bring value. I know that I'm smart. I know that I have a great energy. I know that I am outgoing. Like, I know that I'm kind of like a gem. I'm a really great person. And I'm like, that sounds super not modest of me, but I know that. But it's just asking for the money. That's the hard part. And that's like a big woman thing too. But that's something that like we need to get over as a collective, because we're all incredible beings. We all walk this earth, which is already like impossible to happen. You know, it's like a 1 in a trillion or something chance that you and me are on this planet. And the fact that we don't value ourselves enough is just so, it makes me so angry. We have this short life. Let's just fucking get it. We deserve all the good that comes to us. We deserve to make our life everything that we want it to be. All of our desires are coming to us. All of our desires are already ours. Money flows to us easily. We are flooded with endless opportunity. Start saying these affirmations. Start manifesting. Start believing, even if it's hard at first, even if it feels like this is weird. I'm just like lying to myself. Even if it feels like that, keep going. Push through that discomfort, because you deserve every single good thing that comes to you in your life. And if it doesn't happen overnight, it doesn't happen in 2 weeks, it doesn't happen in 2 months, keep going. Manifestation is all about consistency, persistence, staying in that mindset, trusting and believing that the universe, God, source, whoever is on your side at all times and doing everything for you in your favor. If it's not for you, then it's not for you, but keep your mind open, keep your heart open, and come into manifesting with a willingness to try and a belief that you will succeed no matter what. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to make a video and I think a podcast doing all of the money affirmations that I do on a daily basis for myself to listen to and for you guys to listen to, and because I think I have kind of a nice voice for it. So that'll be coming soon. Until then, have a beautiful day. Mwah.